What's going on, WWPN world? It is your boy, the Prodigal One, JayB, here for episode 5 of the SMARK TALK. Tonight, we have an excellent show planned, and I have two really special guests. I have, firstly, the owner, the CEO of the WWPN, the boss man himself, CEOHaize, the bearded assassin. How you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm still bearded, if I could talk right today, and I'm still handsome, so I'm doing real good today.
Wonderful. And the other guest we have is someone you may not really know a lot about. However, he's an important asset to the WWPN. It's our head editor, Josh Perry. How you doing tonight?
I would like to be introduced as the face that runs the place, as I am the Pickomania What the Fuck champion, of course, but I'm okay tonight. JayB, how are you?
I'm doing fine. For all the viewers, no, that is not Joey Ryan. That is Josh Perry. And the reason he's wearing a title right now is because for our Pick'em League, Pickomania, he won the Money in the Bank. And not only did he win the Money in the Bank, but he happened to cash it in on the new champ, which is now the former champ, Jeep. And he is now the Pickomania champion, the whatever the fuck champion.
And the hardcore champ. And the hardcore champ.
And excuse me, sir. And also the hardcore champ. So he does have all the titles right now, but we'll see how long he can hold on to it. CEOHaize is taking over the books, so we're going to see where it goes with that. But yeah, guys, we're here for another episode of SMARK TALK, as I mentioned. So let's not waste any time. Let's go right into it. The first thing I want to go over is we've been seeing a lot of breakups from tag teams lately. Most notably Gargano and Ciampa. Goldust and R-Truth. And just this past Monday Night Raw, we saw the realest guys, Enzo and Big Cass. Big Cass was the one that attacked Enzo. So with all that being said, I want to ask you guys, number one, how do you guys feel about Enzo and Big Cass breaking up? Do you like the way it was done? Was now the right time to do this? And if you want to take a little blast from the past, what was your most memorable breakup? CEO, seeing those, you're the boss man. I'll go to you first.
I mean, the recent breakups with the tag teams, some are executed better than others. Of course, the Gargano and Ciampa, there's not even a comparison to that one. That's by far the best executed. Enzo and Cass, while I think most of the wrestling world agrees that it was a little rushed, that promo from Cass this past Monday during that breakup, if he can maintain that level, I could be invested in it. The only thing is that the size difference between those two, I don't see a series of matches coming out of that. So, I mean, it's a lot of breakups to have all at once. They all have their own little niche and their own thing that makes them unique. But those would probably be my favorite two right now. As far as historically, what would be my that's a good question. I would have to probably say, just personally for me, I was a kid, but the Rock and Sock connection.
That was a good breakup. It was a good team, and it was a good breakup. What did you like best about the team?
The Rock and Sock. What do I like best about it? Come on now, it was the Rock and Mankind, Mick Foley. Like that was what made it entertaining. Just the contrast between the two guys, and I can't really point at anything I didn't like about it. I liked everything about the breakup. I can't really point out something that I hated about it. I thoroughly enjoyed that story they told.
Now, Josh, I know you're a little bit younger. You got into wrestling towards the latter years. For those who don't know, Josh has just turned 7, so he just now started watching wrestling. So, Josh, same question to you. How do you feel about Enzo and Big Cass and the breakup? And as far as time goes, what is your favorite or most memorable breakup?
I think I would have to agree with a lot of what CEO said in that, I think that it was a great performance by Cass. Surprisingly great, in fact. I haven't seen Cass really deliver a promo like that ever, which was great. So I think it was a good heel turn from him. But I think it was a good breakup, and I think the whole "I don't know who beat me up" kind of thing. I think that storyline kind of sucks. But as far as the actual turn goes, I think it was well executed. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing what Cass does next. I don't know. I think they're gonna plop Enzo on 205 Live or something.
And your most memorable breakup, is it the Rock and Sock connection as well?
Bro, yeah, I mean, like, again, like you said, I've only been watching wrestling, now, I mean, because I'm only 7, so it's I mean, like, I have really poor comprehension because I'm 7. So in terms of like my memory, it's not that great. I've been watching wrestling for 7 years, but
All your
I'm
life.
7. I'm 7. Like, so my memory is not all there. But like considering that, with my short-term memory, it's not exactly a tag team, but I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho in that. I just because like I was trying to rack my brain for like something like better than that or anything, but like I remember watching that live and it was just like so devastating. It was a great heel turn from a heel. So yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with. If we're talking most recent years, like most recent, absolutely, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho comes to mind, and of course, like CEO said, Ciampa and Gargano. Those were like the best two. Enzo and Cass, it was okay. I kind of disagree with Josh. I do like the build that they had with Enzo getting attacked. I wish we were gonna see some sort of swerve and have it be actually Enzo never got attacked, but he was the one that knocked out Cass, and have Enzo go heel. That would have been kind of a swerve. But at any rate, I was okay with the builds. And Cass just freaking shocked me, as probably he shocked everybody, with probably the best promo of his life. Usually his delivery is horrible and he sounds awkward, but this was a really good promo by Cass. As far as timing goes, I would have liked to see the realest guys at least get one run with the title. It's odd that they've been a tag team for such a long time, including NXT, and they never had a run, considering they were a very popular team. So I would have liked to see at least one run with the title. Unfortunately, we'll never see that. Regarding myself and most memorable, and I'm actually shocked because CEO and I usually agree on a lot of things, and I really thought he was going to go there when he started with R. But for me, it was the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
See, I wasn't around for that, but like that was that's so when I hear memorable, like that sounds like something I need to have remembered because I need to have seen. I wasn't alive for that because remember I'm 7.
You're 7. Right.
But like I just really I'm trying to make you guys realize how young I am. I'm 7 years old and I'm the 2-belt champion. So I just want to put that out there.
Exactly. The
but
youngest champion ever.
Anyway, like The Rock, like I think that's the best heel turn ever. Like if like not memorable for me, like because I'm 7, but it was probably the best.
Yeah, for me though, it was the Rockers, and I just remember the scene in the barbershop. I mean, the Rockers were a great tag team. They were one of the first teams really in WWE back then, WWF, that had the high fly, as we like to call it now, the flippy divey shit. They were the team for that. That's what they were known for. Synchronized moves. We had never seen stuff like that really before, and they introduced that. And they were part of the younger generation at the time. And they started having issues. Shawn Michaels getting conceited. And I still remember in the barbershop, Brutus Beefcake and Shawn Michaels for the first time super kicking Marty Jannetty, putting his head through the glass, which at 9, I was about 9 years old. I was like, what am I watching right now? Marty Jannetty going through the glass and Shawn Michaels birthing the Heartbreak Kid. CEO, I see you smiling over there. Do you remember that at all? Any memories on that?
Hey, I remember. No, I don't remember it from seeing it then because I was even younger than you. Not quite as young as Josh. I wasn't an embryo. I was a little bit further along than that. But
I was a dream, bro. I was 7 years old, man. I'm 7 years old, bro.
He's always 7.
Yeah, I've been 7 since like 85.
But yeah, I mean that was definitely memorable. But since I retroactively saw that as a wrestling fan, I had to go back and see that moment. Like Josh said, when you said most memorable, I'm thinking of personally what I saw currently as far as when it was happening. So.
Yo, Hayes, where are you recording? A jail cell? Like, where the fuck is this, bro?
I am coming straight from your mama's uterus.
Damn. Okay, before this freaking
That's such an odd place to record, though. Like the echo would be whack.
Let's move forward.
It's very well padded. The walls are very thick in here. Your mom definitely kept her walls intact.
All right, let's go ahead and break the walls and let's move forward. So, the next,
I ain't got time for you, Hayes. I ain't got time for you.
The next, the next topic I want to go into, it's we're switching a little hats here. We're not really talking so much as far as wrestling and the in-ring product. Perhaps your answer might be something close to that, but my question to you guys is in the next 12 months, what is the one thing, whether it be big or small, what is one thing that the WWE can do to bring in more revenue or increase their revenue? And I don't want any cop-outs. No, book better. That's just obviously if they book better, that's a simple answer. But let's get a little creative. I know both of you guys are really smart guys. You're both really creative. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Josh Perry first. What's something that they can do to increase revenue besides better booking?
Well, they do what they always do to get better ratings. Bring back old guys that can hardly wrestle anymore. Because that does bring more numbers. I mean, whether you like it or not, that's what pops numbers. It's what they got to do to fill out WrestleMania. So, I mean, you want to make more money, that's how you do it. I mean, I'm no fucking finance guy, but yeah, again, like, I'm not great with numbers. Again, I just learned how to count because I'm only 7. So that's not my great area of expertise. But I think that just makes sense. So, yeah.
CEO, how about yourself?
I mean, to make more money and to make yourself more marketable, you need more to sell more merch. And to do more merch, what do? You get more original characters. Bring characters back into the WWE. And I mean over the top fucking characters. And, seeing Goldust come back to semi-90s Goldust just reminded me of what just all the, and we talked about it on Throwback before. We had a Royal Rumble, and even though the talent wasn't always there as far as ring work, everybody had such a unique and distinctive character that it was easier to differentiate the guys and have merch that sold for a little bit of everybody, rather than just have your top guy selling the most merch and the bottom guys really aren't doing anything, because almost cookie cutter, everybody's the same. Like, you just have your archetypes and that's it. Bring the diversity back in. And I think that will bring in more money.
More money. I mean, both you guys have very valid points and great points. Josh, in saying, you bring in the big talent. The thing is, I don't know how heavily I believe in that. I've never been too much into that. Rather than bring in old talent, I think the best way to do it is build new talent. And because eventually these guys are going to get old. Cena's almost 40 years old, if not 40 years already. He's not going to be able to go forever. And these guys that are there now, a lot of their top talent is older. So it's they need to build new talent. And what CEO was?
Yeah, dude, no shit. But like, they're not going to. So
right, but the question wasn't what they're going to do, is what you would do. And CEO, what he said regarding old school as far as different characters. Those characters used to get people used to make a lot of fun of, they got a guy that's a garbage man, they got a guy that's a pig farmer, etc. But it wasn't cookie cutter. Everybody had their own unique character. And I think when everyone had their own unique character, those characters were really marketable. As stupid as some of them may have been, it was still marketable. One idea I had, though, I was reading something and an idea clicked to me. Right now, they have pay-per-views on Sunday. And then they have the following Monday and Tuesday, they have, Raw and SmackDown. One idea I had was, why not, maybe not every pay-per-view to start, but why not move the pay-per-view to Saturday? You move the pay-per-view to Saturday, then you follow up with a house show around the area on Sunday because they're right in the area. That's extra revenue they're going to get, and they're probably going to get the pay-per-view, that same Saturday pay-per-view crowd. So they're going to not just sell at regular house price tickets. It'll be above average tickets because you're having a lot of smarks who are flying from different cities, different towns, different states, in some cases, different countries, and have a Sunday show. And then still, again, have your Monday and Tuesday like normal, but you're getting one extra day. I don't believe they're doing that. Now, it could be a possibility where that's too much stuff they're doing in a 3 or 4 day span, but it's just an idea I had. Josh, first, what do you think about that idea?
They already have house shows on Saturday before the pay-per-view, though. So I don't understand what flipping Saturday and Sunday really accomplishes.
Because right now, when there's a pay-per-view on a Sunday, usually they have house shows on Saturday.
I mean, yeah,
Not
for sure.
not to my knowledge. The day before a pay-per-view, not to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but what I'm saying is move it to a Saturday. Then this Sunday you have that chance for the extra house show. CEO, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm unfortunately I'm going to agree with Josh here. I think they do have house shows that Saturday before. At least to my knowledge, there have been a few, if not consistently all the time. So I don't really think that the house show thing is going to be an issue or flipping the days. I think there's a more creative way to do that.
And they're only getting
I can see your point as well, Jake.
They're only getting house show crowds of like 5,000-6,000 people. They're not doing great in house shows. So I mean, like that's revenue, but it's not like that's gonna. They're setting new revenue records every quarter. So I don't think that they have any money issues right now.
No, well, obviously they're probably worth over $1 billion, if not close to $1 billion. But I'm just saying, as far as increasing that, it's like, for example, like you're talking about house shows. Forget about house shows. I saw someone took a picture of this past SmackDown, and one entire area of the arena was completely empty. This is a live SmackDown show. It's supposed to be your second biggest show, and half the arena is empty. So that's huge. Whether they're not selling out or not, that's a lot of money missed, even for $1 billion company.
Well, that brings about another issue, and I don't mean to hijack your show, JB, but I definitely want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Sure. Do you think that part of the reason why house shows aren't, because house shows used to go crazy, you think part of the reason why house shows aren't selling out is because there's just too much goddamn wrestling on now? Like, how much content is WWE doing a week just on TV? And you're asking people to put in an investment to go see a product that's not even on TV. Do you think that's possibly why the house show numbers are going down? Like JB said, they're not hurting no money. They're breaking revenue records. But as far as house shows, do you think that's why? Or do you think it may be something like maybe we need to see titles start changing hands every once in a while on a house show more often?
You're absolutely 100% correct, because it's so sad. I think, honestly, if they televised house shows and it was on the network or on television, I probably wouldn't watch it, honestly. Because first of all, I know not a damn thing is going to happen noteworthy. And number two, is already so much wrestling going on, like you said. And we talked about this a couple times on Blue Zone, where, they should probably look into a different format where their top tier guys are not necessarily wrestling every week. SmackDown has kind of been doing that a little bit, where their top guys are not necessarily wrestling every week. Some are, some are having segments. But I agree with you 100%. They need to. The saturation of it is crazy. So no one, that could absolutely be a reason why the house is down. What do you think, Josh?
Look, if people aren't going to tune in on TV, I don't understand how you can expect them to buy a ticket and go to an event. I mean, because, look, the product's not good enough to tune in and watch 3 hours of on TV. Why am I going to go somewhere else and spend extra money to go watch the same amount in an inconsequential setting, like you said, where nothing happens? I mean, it's just like you can't. It all goes back to the product itself. You can't actually, you can try to scheme as much as you want. You're not giving fans or any people to actually come to the house shows and see and give a shit about. Indie shows draw good house show numbers because it's not that everything is inconsequential because there's no TV. It's that they have big names and they have big matches, and it's fresh matches every time. And so with WWE, I mean, they try and create that with interbrand dark show matches or whatever, but that doesn't really help. I mean, that's not really that fresh or anything. So I don't think that they can mix up house shows or do anything like that. They just need to be better, and that's all there is to it. You can answer so many questions about the pitfalls of the product or about the company right now, with just it needs to be better.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And but I will say this though. I think no matter how horrible a show is that you're viewing on television, I think if you're in person, I'm not sure how many shows you guys have been to. CEO, I know you just came back from Money in the Bank, but when you're in the house, I think the show on television could be horrible, but when you're in that house, the atmosphere is ridiculous, regardless of how good or bad the show is. At least that's how it's been in my experience. I've been to quite a few shows, and I went back and watched some of those Raws. I've been at a couple of Raws, and or pay-per-views, and the shows were not that good. But I remember me being there, and they were like amazing just because of the atmosphere. So there's still gonna always people, maybe marks, hardcores, and also just casuals who are kids and women who are still gonna go to these house shows. Another thing,
Women, why you throwing women under the boat like that? It's not like, I like you just like casual, like women.
That's been the theme this week apparently, because D-Will was just D-Will opened the hole and was throwing him in. I'm just covering the hole now. At this point,
what the hell y'all talking about, yo? You gotta make this shit more female friendly to our female listeners out there. Come on.
It's not me. It's D-Will.
It's not us. That's D-Will. You got to listen to all the Blue Zone. D-Will completely just
berries hardcore.
I'll let you listen, but go ahead, JB.
Hey, speaking of Blue Zone, JB, don't think I didn't hear your bullshit on the Blue Zone last night.
It was so funny. I heard your audio.
Yeah.
I heard your audio. It's all love, man. It's all love. If you guys want to find out exactly what Josh is talking about, go ahead and listen to the Blue Zone. It's now up at WWPN.com. One other thing, though, that CEO said, that's a brilliant idea. And this is why W's product is failing, that they have a random podcaster, a CEO, with the ideas that they're guys that they're paying thousands of dollars or don't. Back in the day, I remember there was one time that freaking Diesel, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, won the world title at a house show. Bret Hart won his first title at a house show. Tag teams have won their first titles at a house show. Why not do it every once in a while? So this way, when the house shows come around, you know what? I need to be there, because you never know what might happen. Have a heel turn. Have something go on at a house show so it draws crowds. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. But before we move on, do any of you guys have anything else to say regarding this topic?
No.
I'm going to take the deafening silence as a no. So the next, we're going to go ahead and move on. The next segment is called the Book It segment. And I'm going to give our guest here a chance to book something. And the topic I've come up with is, although we're about 6-7 months away, the 2018 Royal Rumble, I'd like you guys to go ahead and book the Royal Rumble as far as who's going to win the Rumble and why, and who are they going to go and face at WrestleMania 34, obviously, and why. And what would the outcome of the match be? Just go ahead and book that. I'm going to go ahead and go to CEO first on this one. And go ahead.
So to book the winner of the 2018 Royal Rumble, I had to be a SMARK, and I picked.
But CEO, how do you think about that?
You are such a smart, bro.
It's not a smart. Okay, well,
look.
Hold on 1 second. Why is it if someone doesn't like a certain person and a lot of other people don't like him? Like if you don't like John Cena, you're a SMARK. If you don't like Roman Reigns, you're a SMARK. If you like Kevin Owens, you're a SMARK.
Roman Reigns is consistently putting on great matches and great promos and getting the biggest reactions out of the crowd. What the fuck is wrong?
I didn't say anything is wrong with his in-ring product.
Wait.